Welcome to Organic as Fuck Talk. I'm Pretty B.
And I am the Love Bug. Welcome.
And yes, what's up? What's up? What's up? Today we are talking about self-reflection, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, self-reflection, huge thing. I'm excited to get into this. I feel like it's one of those life-saving tools and techniques that if you do purposely, it can encourage, make great improvements, results, and just a lot, like, period. But
yes, it's essential. So first we're gonna get into our vibe of the day.
Yeah.
And my vibe of the day, y'all always know I got one song that I always do. So this is my song. This be having me jamming. I be dancing. This is I was getting ready to record too. And it's just been my shit lately.
One girl when I talkie, my mouth never make fi run. And me's a girl when afraid for war, I me no afraid fi bust gun. The black matter.
And that's my vibe of the day.
Cool.
Just water. I'm still on my detox. I have 2 more days left. I did the 10-day full body cleanse detox that cleans all of your organs and cleans your body out, and I feel really good.
Okay, so my vibe of the night is essential oils. I feel like that should be my vibe of the night because I am definitely getting into the herbs, and I go from the raw state to the oil state to, there's different states with it. And I just realized that I really like oils. Like, I just really like oil. So I got good combinations going when I'm getting and sitting into the sauna. I have some that I just put on myself to relax when I'm getting ready to go to bed, or if I want to hone in on my meditation, I'm going to use something like frankincense and things like that. And being that I'm getting more into essential oils, it has shifted. Like, I usually wear body oil, and it has shifted how I I apply body oil on my body. I no longer take the body oil that I'm wearing for fragrance and, dab it in these key areas like this. I no longer do that because I know if I put an essential oil right there, my immune system is going to absorb that oil and help me on whatever level it is going to get into my blood and whatever else. So I don't put my body oil on like that anymore. I'm like, I don't want to eat this. Like, I'm putting this on to smell good. So now it's literally like, let me get it on the clothing somewhere and not on my skin with that, because I more than likely already got some essential oil going on.
Right.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
That is the vibe. So self-reflection.
Yes. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection too lately and throughout my journey period, because I feel like it's essential to self-reflect. You can't even better yourself if you don't even actually reflect on you, your thoughts, why you doing your behavior, just you as a whole. So it's really good. I think everyone should do that. Like, you should always self-reflect and be aware of self.
I think we talked about this so many times on different videos, right?
Yeah, for
different
sure.
Self-reflection methods that we use, like especially early on, that definitely helped us get to different levels, or higher understanding, or whatever. But self-reflection tools, I think, for me, is what makes the difference in between a response and a reaction, basically. And that's one of the key components that you get from self-reflection. I think it pulls you out of just floating around here reacting to everything, and you don't even have like a thought process really before you just flying off the top, or you just doing whatever. And I also think the good part of self-reflection is it gives you a chance to enjoy the scenery, right? Like, self-reflection it's one thing to, like, let's just say, take a stroll down the block and enjoying the sunset and the birds and things like that. But then to take a moment and really peep your reflection, like you can be in the moment. It's like you can be in the moment, experiencing the sun, the birds, and the walk itself. And then it's like I think your subconscious, or let's just say your consciousness, a deeper consciousness, allows you to be like, this sun feels really good on your skin. Do you feel that? Look at you enjoying the birds. See, like it allows you to really be more present in the moment, I think.
Agree.
And it allows you to experience it. I don't know, because I feel like self-reflection has given me multiple aspects and perceptions of every single thing in life. It does not matter what it is. It could be a phone call, conversation, or whatever. Like, I can see different angles of it and I can experience different sides of it. And that's part of self-reflection for me, which is huge, huge, huge.
Yeah, I agree. Like self-reflection, over here fixing stuff. Sorry, y'all. Self-reflection, it allows you to be in the moment, to be more present in a moment, because now you also have, once you start to do it, you create the habit of kind of instead of just reacting to stuff.
Yeah.
And it creates, like, now you're aware of self.
Mm-hmm.
You're aware, and like if you're in whatever moment you're in, whether it's a conflict situation or just a good situation, like walking in the sun, you still are aware of self. And I think it definitely helps.
It
especially
enhances
in them
the
tough
experience.
situations, because you, in your mind, you might be like, I want to slap this motherfucker, but I shouldn't do that right now. I should just walk away.
Because what I find is my mind will be like, oh, looky, here go this test right here. Look at this test. Like, I'll be having a whole, and I still could respond with whatever reaction initially came, especially in the beginning when you're working through changing. Especially in the beginning, you might have a whole conversation with yourself and still choose to do the first.
And then go reflect later, like, well.
Well, at least I did think about it before I acted this time. Now I just gotta make the right choice.
Changes.
Yeah.
Because you still might respond, like, but you like, wait, I did something different. I thought about it first this time, and I'm able to reflect on it afterwards. Because some people just do stuff and they don't reflect on it. They don't reflect on themselves. They deflect sometimes and only reflect on the other person in the situation, even if that person did them wrong, instead of actually reflecting on themselves and learning themselves and what just happened.
That helps me through everything, especially in conflict. Like in conflict, like it's like, because if you take responsibility for yourself and everything, then that is, I don't know, it's just, I don't want to say it's control of the situation, but I just think it's
an empowerment. No, I get it, because it's an empowerment. Like, you have, like, wait, I have control of myself. Like, it's an empowerment.
Yep. And it's like, okay, I know that went wrong, but you know what I did? Okay. You can always see your own self lessons whenever you evaluate situations like that. I think it could be anything, like, we learned this before. You always you forget why you stopped talking to people. Now you know why. I love self-reflection.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of meditation. And I think just moving into a higher consciousness period.
No, I agree. Yeah, like especially in meditation, especially in growing, especially in any type of growth, if you're not self-reflecting, it's just like, to me, if you're not self-reflecting and we grow physically, getting older, and I mean, you just getting older, you're not getting wiser, you're not gaining anything if you're not reflecting on stuff. You just letting time just go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of actually reflecting and gaining the, what you need for your life.
Yeah. I think connection with creation, with God, the creator, and things like that offers this form of self-reflection, because you're just more in tune. You're just more in tune, I think, with self and watching yourself progress and gaining understanding. I think that's, for me, I know, in seeking the Most High, I received a lot of self-reflection. So
you're gonna get that mirror turned up on you. Like
yeah.
to me along that journey and just gaining on your journey, and like you said, having that connection to the creator, to the most high, you definitely are going to get them reflection moments, and you gotta navigate through that. Some people get very discouraged about it because some people self-reflection can be hurtful, you know, and some people don't want to self-reflect because of the pain, but it really is essential. And it's like overcoming it, that's what gives you the empowerment. Like I was able to really look at myself.
Which brings me to self-reflective tools, right? I think sometimes when you have not planned to be in let's just say deep thought, maybe it's because self-reflection is meditation, and you could be having a deep thought, you could just be walking and processing something, you could be having so many things that just gives insight to self, right? Of course, I've said it before, I like to record myself and forget about the recording, forget that I have that recording set up. And whenever I go back to, look through videos or whatever, I watch it. Or if it's something intentful, I'll actually set a date to go back and watch what was recorded through that date or whatever. But I think self-reflection is everything.
I really think that is, pretty much it on self-reflection, is just being able to look at self and able to just navigate through that, like, and notice it, like we always talk about this all the time on live and in our videos, like always celebrating yourself or finding people that will celebrate with you, like that little accomplishment, like, girl, guess what, I went the fuck off on his ass, but this time I thought about it first, honey, and then afterwards I did think about it and see what I could do better. Acknowledging the little things that you did. Like I did go off, but I went off a little bit better this time. Like I didn't go off. Like I wasn't belittling. I stayed in my facts this time, but next time I could lower my facts just a little bit. Just a little stuff like
girl,
that.
That sounds like a graduation.
Yeah, we had those conversations. Me and you had those conversations like, look, I could have did it this way, but I didn't, but I did do this.
Yeah. So
it's just like having someone to support you too in that with no judgment, and to celebrate the small little things with you along that self-reflection journey and celebrating yourself, because we always teach to celebrate yourself. You got to clap for yourself when nobody else is. So learning to be like, you know what, I did go off, but I thought about it this time first, like I could have done this better, or next time I'm going to do this next time if you didn't do it this time, but congratulate yourself for even noticing,
Yes. And having somebody around you that's honest too, because like you said, sometimes you may notice something about yourself that you don't necessarily want to see, and it could take you a while to process that, or you could deflect it and try to run from it and place it on other things without seeing itself. And a lot of times, sometimes you might come across it and be like, stubbornness is always my best example to use, because it was like my first discovery, right? But like, you might just take it and be like, man, am I stubborn? Like, for real, like, tell me, blood, like on the real, am I stubborn? Like,
you need somebody that's gonna be like, well, girl, you don't need that friend you don't need that friend that's gonna be like, well, girl, it's okay because this happened. No, you don't need somebody that's gonna make excuses for you.
Because honesty helps you to reflect and move into other areas. Because usually if you can see it, you're about to change it. You know what I mean? Like you can see you gained observation of it. You're about to go into a better level, operating just on a higher level with it. So if you have somebody that's going to bounce some honesty off of you, it allows you to process things quicker, as opposed to somebody that's just going to keep you in your comfort zone. And you could go to sleep like, yeah, I'm right. The lesson, how lessons will do you. They play Ring Around the Rosies. They're gonna come right back around
all day long. If you don't pass that test, it's not. And you wondering like, why do I keep getting into it, or why do this keep happening? Why is it coming around the circle? Because you didn't learn.
Yes, you be like, oh, here this go again. I didn't do something right. Like, all right, let me dive. Maybe I'm ready to dive deeper into it. I think with everything and anything in self-reflection, if you I guess this might sound kind of weird, right? I didn't plan to say this, but I just think that the deeper dive that you're willing to take, like a lot of people don't, they be like, I ain't trying to see all that about myself right now. I'm not trying to go to this deep corner. The deeper dive that you are willing to take, the more rewarding for self that you will have, because that's the shit that you want to move and get out your way. You know, that's where you start to find some of those habits of we were just talking about this other day too, of self-sabotage, right? Self-sabotaging and things like that. When you start to peep shit like that, then you really get up on your game and shit starts really transitioning for you. And that's all like great benefits of self-reflection.
And it's
like,
priceless. It's priceless benefits for yourself.
And learning to laugh at yourself, because I'll be like, ooh, I get on my nerves sometimes. Like once I really start peeping some of this shit I'll be doing, I'll be like, ooh, I learn to laugh at it and work my way through it. I'm not condemning myself and being like, ooh, you stubborn, you just like whatever, no, I learned to laugh at myself. The next time around, now I can chuckle because it's like I can see this, you know what I mean? It's like it just shifts the energy of it.
Yeah. No, I've learned the same, because y'all know stuff just come out of my mouth. And sometimes I just say, and I'm like, girl, you know that's wrong. Like you gotta really like that wasn't right how you said that. That didn't sound right. Like you really gotta laugh at yourself, and that helps you to correct it, like, because like, bro, you wrong, like,
right,
or that wasn't the best choice that you just made. Like you gotta be, to me, I don't care who you don't be real with, even though you should be real with everyone. First and foremost, be real with yourself, because if you can't be real with yourself, you can't even be real with nobody else. You're not real with nobody else.
Yeah,
it's a lifestyle.
It's very important. Yeah, and then fuck everybody else. Like if you got to be the realest with yourself, like, that is, just don't do
you got to be hella real with yourself. At the end of the day, you lay down with you look at you, that's your spirit inside of you. You can't just be navigating not being real with yourself. So I agree. The deeper dive that you take, the better the rewards. Yes, you're gonna open up some pain, you're gonna open up some wounds, but you also gonna get to why you have these habits, why you have these attachments, why is your thought process the way it is, and be able to correct it, or notice when you relapse that and you having that negative thought. You like, bro, you're wrong. Where that's stemming from. Like, and it's nothing better than you knowing.
Yeah, it's nothing better than you knowing. Nothing better than and that just, it shifts so much. I find that it can bring peace in relationships, because once you finally understand a component about yourself, it helps you to kind of deal with different relationships a little bit differently. Like, oh, you know what, maybe that's why this is, I think everything about it is just bomb.com. Like everything about it, down to physical self-reflection.
Yeah,
because a lot of people don't take a good look at their body. Like they might take a good look at whatever gonna be out that day, right? My legs is out today.
Look, if they shined up.
Hey, like even down to that. That is, even down to that.
Physical is big too. Physical, mental, spiritual, like you have to look at yourself as a whole. Mind, body, and soul. Like you have to look at yourself as a whole, and you have to, like, because you'll get a lot of people that talk about their physical and can't even stand to look at themselves in the mirror. Like if you can't love you, if you can't even stand to look at you, why are you expecting someone else to be able to do the same?
Yeah. And I think that nakedness in the mirror brings everything to a wholeness. Like it allows you to be naked mentally as well. Sometimes it's vice versa, but it allows you to be naked mentally as well, and just coming into one, like a space with self. I think somewhere along our journeys, we have to agree to marry ourselves Like, you
Yes.
have to agree to fully marry and accept yourself. And I think that naked gaze into the mirror is one of the things that does.
And it's beautiful. Like that first time when you're looking, especially if your thought process haven't always changed yet, and you see in your flaws, and then you learn to take your flaws and see the beauty in them, or say goodbye to them, and it mentally helps you to start working on what it is. And if there's something you can't change, you learn to love on yourself on a deeper love level. Like that relates to our video of self-love, So yeah, for sure. I think everybody should do that. Men, women, you definitely should be able to look at yourself and gain that perspective of yourself naked in the mirror, looking at you and constantly doing it. Because at first it might be uncomfortable, and then you got to keep doing it till you see your beauty and you.
Yeah, you do. That's beautiful. I like it. I think we jogged that very well, ma'am.
I